Good morning. It's around 4:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, and I'd like to bring you the latest information on the storm system that's forecast to infect our area starting this morning and lingering through Sunday morning. Well, the computer models have now finally come around to a pretty solid consensus track of this low pressure from Texas, East Texas early this morning, northeastward into northern Indiana by Sunday morning. Locally, in addition to the potential for some heavier snow and even some sleet across our far northern portions of Illinois and north central Illinois toward Rockford, we also look for some wintry mix with freezing rain, sleet, rain, and some snow even across a good chunk of the area from Chicago west southwest to Ottawa and LaSalle County. Further south from there, we look for some freezing rain this morning that'll change to rain, and then we could have some locally heavy rainfall totals in excess of an inch by the time everything is said and done later this evening across portions of east central Illinois. Would like to take you to the College of DuPage website, which is we're going to use to show some model forecast reflectivity or model forecast radar imagery of how things are going to pan out with this storm today. So this is the forecast for 3 a.m. this morning. And stepping through into later this morning, you can see an area of rain moving northward into portions of central Illinois, mainly south of I-80. At this point, we still expect temperatures to be around or just below freezing, so much of that precipitation across central Illinois will be falling in the form of freezing rain. By early this afternoon, the precipitation shield moves further northward into Illinois, and by early evening, it now encompasses all of northern Illinois and makes it into southern Wisconsin. By this point, we expect areas south of I-80 to be above freezing and all rain. And for portions of the I-80 to I-88-290 corridors, we expect kind of a wintry mix of sleet, freezing rain, and even some rain or snow. And then as we get into this evening, we look for what's called a dry slot to move in. So the main precipitation moves off to the east before midnight. Attention will then turn towards the west. You see the area of yellow. That's an area of heavier snow that's developing across northwest Missouri and south central Iowa. That band of heavy snow will then track east-northeastward, and as you can see, it will clip portions of far northwest Illinois late tonight into Sunday morning. We're looking at areas basically from like Sterling to Woodstock to maybe portions of far northern Lake County, Illinois. Could see this band of snow move through. Once the snow moves through, we could look for heavy snow rates up to maybe an inch per hour of heavy wet snow, making travel very difficult in those areas. The following is a forecast graphic of probability of freezing rain. And this is for 6 a.m. this morning. You'll notice that the red and even blue colors indicate very high probabilities of freezing rain early this morning across central Illinois, mainly to the south of Chicago. As we step forward in time toward midday today, we notice that the freezing rain area, the chances decrease a little bit, and the entire area of freezing rain starts to shift a little bit more toward the northwest. Heading toward evening, we notice that freezing rain probabilities continue to decrease and move northwestward. So as that band of heavy snow moves through late tonight into Sunday morning, these are the kind of totals we're looking for across the area. Generally speaking, we're looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow from Ogle and Lee counties northward toward the Wisconsin border and maybe into far northern and northwestern suburbs of Chicago. Across most of the Chicago area, southwest towards LaSalle, we're just looking at maybe an inch or two, with even lighter amounts further south from there. Here is the probability of 6 inches or more of snowfall from this system, and you can notice that the highest probabilities extend from south central Iowa northeastward to north of Milwaukee. But you'll also notice that the probability of 6 inches of snow, even down toward Rockford, is right in the neighborhood of about 40%. The other thing to note is how quickly the probabilities decrease as you head further south and east, with less than a 1% chance as you get down and towards Chicago. So the other concern we've had with the system is heavy rainfall. It looks like the heaviest rain should stay across southern Illinois into central Indiana, and that's where our most significant threat of flooding is going to exist. So the impacts from this system, we're looking at freezing rain mainly south of I-80 in Illinois and in Indiana this morning, which will lead to some icy roads and walkways. Freezing rain and sleet will spread northward into Chicago, west toward DeKalb and Dixon areas this afternoon and evening, which could also create some potentially hazardous travel conditions. And then the threat of heavy snow late tonight into Sunday morning across portions of north central Illinois into the far north and northwest suburbs of Chicago. So because of all this, we have a freezing rain advisory from northwest Indiana, southwestward toward Kankakee, Pontiac, and Bloomington, where we expect freezing rain this morning, changing to rain this afternoon. There's also a flood watch out for Ford, Iroquois, Benton, Newton, Jasper counties in Indiana, as well as points south and east from there, where we could see some localized flooding. Further north, we've got a winter weather advisory in effect for the Chicago metropolitan area, southwest toward LaSalle. Finally, a winter storm warning is in effect for northwest Illinois, including Rockford and south and west from there. And this is going to be for the potential for some snow and sleet later this afternoon into this evening, but mainly for the batch of heavy snow that we expect to move across the area or brush by the region late tonight into Sunday morning. So recapping, we expect the freezing rain to spread north into central Illinois and northwest Indiana this morning, mainly south of I-80, causing some hazardous travel. The wintry mix will move into Chicago and west along the I-80 corridor this afternoon. Snow and sleet will develop north of there late this afternoon toward the Wisconsin border. All the precip will taper to drizzle for a time this evening into the overnight, and then we'll have a second band of snow, locally heavy, clip areas of north central and far northeast Illinois late tonight into Sunday morning.